Hello again, I'm Blunty, and that lovely woman I'm chatting with is Heather Murphy, the Public Relations Manager for Nintendo Australia and New Zealand. I am interviewing her about the upcoming launch of the Nintendo 3DS in Australia. Sadly, I am a colossal dingleberry, and I forgot to check the battery in my microphone before I started the interview, and you can't hear a damn thing either of us were saying to each other. We talked about the 3D screen technology, we talked about the fact that classic games from the Game Boy line will be available to download through the Nintendo eShop, very much like the Virtual Console on the Wii. You'll even be able to download game trailer videos and demos, of course. We talked about how you'll be able to download 3D movies to watch on the clever little screen. We talked about how very fun the augmented reality with the 3D cameras and the motion sensors is. And we talked about how much begging I'd have to do in order to get one so I can give you, my loyal viewers, a full and proper review of the 3DS before the Australian launch, which is happening on March the 31st and will be priced at $349.95. Her answer was, I'll have to think about it. So fingers crossed on that one. Then the press launch event opened its doors to the 300 odd invited media and guests waiting impatiently outside. First stop was the Peekaboo Wall, where most of these people got their very first taste of the 3D screen. Everyone seemed as impressed as I was when I first laid eyes on it. We were all then treated to a walkthrough covering all the basics of the hardware. This kind of presentation is usually kind of tedious, but even if the information was all stuff I already knew, the presentation was fun and amusing, so I'll give them a pass. Next up was a presentation about what is pretty much the most important thing about the device, the games lineup coming to us in the launch window. And it is an impressive lineup. The third-party publisher support in particular seemed very healthy. It is very encouraging to know that the people who make the games, aside from Nintendo themselves, are just as fascinated by the possibilities of the 3DS as we end users are. The official presentations and speechifying done, it was time to actually bring out some 3DS units and let us all get to grips with several of the launch games. Much like the original unveiling of the device though, the demo units that weren't bolted to a table were leashed to the smiley, happy Nintendo helpers. I was paying close attention to how people were reacting to what for most was the very first time they'd ever even seen a 3DS in the real world. And I can honestly say I didn't hear anyone who was even mildly disappointed. In fact, most people, like myself, found the device actually exceeded their expectations. The built-in augmented reality game was especially popular. Street Fighter and Mario Kart look freaking awesome in 3D too, I'd like to add. And everyone I spoke to was super excited about what for many is the best game from the Zelda franchise coming to the 3DS in the form of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. I think the most popular booth, however, was the Mii Maker. There was always a line-up there, where the friendly Nintendo folks were using the 3DS's nifty cameras to help people generate their own Mii game avatars, with even more options than the Wii does. Late in the evening, I spotted a 3DS unit untethered from its smiley happy helper. Sadly, by this time I was too drunk on free beer and too slow to snatch it up and run like hell, hoping security didn't notice. Missed opportunities. It was a great night, and we all left feeling very enthusiastic and excited about the 3DS. There was much chatter at the after party, but also, is my fat head really that fat? Catch you next time. Actually, just before I go, audience question time. What 3DS game are you most looking forward to?